If I wanted to lose 30 pounds by the end of the year, this is exactly what I'll do. In fact, this is the exact plan many of my busy clients have used to drop 30 pounds or even more in 12 weeks. But I have to warn you, what I'll tell you in this video works so well, your friends might not recognize you anymore. So if you want to finally lose the excess fat and drastically improve your health, follow along and take notes. Point number 1. Fat loss has almost nothing to do with exercise. You can burn up to 500 calories with a really difficult gym workout. However, if you just eat one extra pizza slice, all of that will be undone. Exercise only accounts for about 10 to 15% of the total calories you burn during the day, while food intake determines all of your results. So the secret is, it's not about burning more, but it's about controlling what comes in. And don't worry, that doesn't mean starving yourself. The goal is to create a healthy and enjoyable meal plan. And this leads us to our next point. Point number 2. Eat more, not less. This is the part that nobody tells you about. You can actually eat more and still lose fat, but as long as you choose the right foods. Here's why. Foods high in protein and fiber are really filling, but are also really low in calories. Things like chicken, eggs, lean meat, Greek yogurt, vegetables, and fruits. These foods take a huge part of your stomach, keep you full, and naturally will decrease your caloric intake. So next time you think that you need to starve yourself in order to lose fat, remember, you can load up your plate, but with the right food, and you can shred down this excess fat without starving and actually enjoying huge meals every day. And if you want even faster results, I created a free 30-day lean body challenge where you will lose the excess fat without eating food you hate, without starving, counting calories or doing hours of cardio. I have also given you there amazing delicious recipes which you're guaranteed to lose fat while enjoying delicious food. You can get it completely for free, just comment down below, amazing video, and I'll send it to you. However, now I need to tell you something really important. While we lose weight, our body naturally loses a lot of muscle too, and not just fat. This is why people look smaller, softer, and worse despite dieting for months or even years. So there's a way to prevent that, and this leads us to the next point. Point number 3, eat enough protein. Protein speeds up your metabolism, keeps you full for longer, and also preserves or even increases muscle mass while losing fat. But how much protein should you actually eat daily? According to research, 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Now, for most people, this would probably seem like too much, but it's actually not. Here's how to easily increase your daily protein intake. Eat 2 to 300 grams of lean meat if you're a man, and 150 to 200 grams of lean meat if you're a woman, with your lunch and dinner. This could be, for example, pork steak for lunch and a chicken breast for dinner. You can also have a protein bar or a shake as an afternoon snack. And also try having between 250 and 300 grams if you're a man, and around 200 grams if you're a woman of lean Greek yogurt, with 30 to 40 grams of dark chocolate chopped into small pieces. This tastes like Oreo ice cream, but it has 1/3 of the calories and a ton more protein. Or if you don't want dark chocolate, you can just use protein powder with flavor of choice. Point number 4 is to eat in the right calorie range. No matter how healthy you eat or how hard you train, you will never lose fat if you're not in a calorie deficit or eat less calories than you burn daily. The problem is people either never get in a calorie deficit because they don't know how many calories they should actually eat, or they eat too little, starve themselves, restrict themselves, harm their health, and quit after 2 weeks of dieting because this is unsustainable and unhealthy. So how many calories should you actually eat? Well, there are millions of formulas that you can calculate this, but however, from my years of experience after working with hundreds of busy men and women, I've seen that if you're a man, it's best to eat around 2000 calories, and if you're a woman, it's best to eat around 1400 calories. That way, you're still in a healthy range, you will not starve yourself, you will not harm your health, but you also lose fat in the fastest way possible. That's also sustainable. Point number 5, eat more fat. This is what nobody tells you. According to research, you want to have at least 10% of your daily calorie intake coming from healthy fats if you want your brain and organs to function as well as possible, and also if you want your hormones to be in place. Here are the best foods to get your healthy fats from: eggs, dark chocolate, olive oil, butter, avocado, and dairy products. Point number 6, sleep is everything. Years ago, a group of scientists gathered and they divided the people in 2 groups. First group got to sleep 8.5 hours a night. The second group got to sleep only 5.5 hours per night. Both groups were put on the same calorie deficit, so in theory, they had to lose the same amount of weight. However, after the study was done, the results were really interesting. It turned out that both groups lost the same amount of weight. However, the good sleep group lost the weight mainly from fat, while the bad sleep group lost the weight mainly from muscle mass. This goes to show that if your sleep is bad, no matter how healthy you eat or how hard you train, your body will mainly lose muscle mass and keep all the fat despite the whole dieting for months or even years. And don't worry, fixing your sleep is actually much easier than you may think. Here are a few easy tips to improve your sleep. First, try sleeping between 7.5 and 9 hours per night, and ideally want to go to bed and wake up roughly at the same time. Also, try sleeping in a room that's cold, but not too cold. Think about like it's too cold to sleep without a blanket. Also, try making your room as quiet and as dark as possible. If that's impossible, just play some white noise or purchase a sleep mask. And most importantly, try not eating anything at least 2 hours before bed, because when you eat, this spikes your blood sugar. Then your body releases insulin to lower your blood sugar, and the insulin release blocks growth hormone production in the first hours of sleep, which significantly lowers your sleep quality. Point number 7, quit alcohol. Drinking significantly worsens your sleep quality because you may not even remember it, but it makes you wake up many times during the night. This makes you have no energy to move during the day or workout, and it makes you even hungrier, especially for the junk food you want to avoid, because it increases the hunger hormone ghrelin due to the lack of good sleep. Then you binge on unhealthy food. After that, you feel bad about yourself and you start drinking in order to forget what you just did. This creates a vicious cycle where most people just cannot get out of. Of course, you don't have to quit alcohol for life, but just for this fat loss phase, to make things much easier and faster for you. And if you really cannot quit alcohol, try limiting up to 1 to 2 glasses per week. I usually drink only on special occasions, and I rarely even finish my first glass. Point number 8, change your identity. You're guaranteed to fail if you think that you're a normal person who usually lives an unhealthy life, but now you just try this healthy new routine for a few weeks and see what happens. If you want to actually succeed, you need to see yourself as a different person who usually lives healthy, who loves training, who loves healthy habits despite them being hard sometimes. When someone asks you to go out for a drink with them, you really don't want to because you want to finally lose the fat. Don't say, I don't want to drink. Say, I don't drink alcohol. Set up the right identity and you will achieve your goals much faster and easier. Don't do cardio. Instead, lift weights. Cardio burns a little bit more calories than lifting weights. However, if you don't do resistance training, your body will still naturally remove a lot of your muscle mass, which will slow down your metabolism, damage your health, and even make you look worse, despite eating healthy and dieting for whole months or years. Instead, you want to do resistance training at the gym or at home. And I know what you're thinking. You have to spend hours to do this, right? No. Here's how to get insane results by just training 60 minutes per week or even less. If you're a man, it's best to do full body workouts per week filled with compound exercises that hit multiple muscles at once. And if you're a woman, it's best to hit lower body twice a week and upper body once a week. And this can be done even in as little as 45 minutes per week. And if you want everything already done for you so you can get in the best shape of your life by just training 60 minutes or even less per week, I'll send this program to you completely for free if you just comment down below training program. Point number 10, don't stop eating carbs. This will make you have no energy during workouts because carbs are the main fuel for high intensity activities. On top of that, cutting carbs makes most people hate their daily meal plans because they just cannot enjoy their favorite food. Instead, you just want to have a moderate amount of carbs, especially before your workout session. Here are the best sources for it: potatoes, rice, fruits, and any type of chocolate, and the carbs in protein bars. Point number 11, have a diet break. Our body gets used to the calorie deficit we're in, and as we lose weight, our metabolism slowly but surely slows down. This is why most people hit a plateau even after losing some weight in the beginning, and the scale doesn't move despite you trying even harder and eating healthier than ever. Best thing you can do in that situation is to have a diet break for 1 or 2 weeks where you increase your daily calories with 700 if you're a man and 400 if you're a woman. Point number 12, do the best exercise for fat loss. A few months ago, I was talking to a client who complained that despite him being really active in the gym and eating healthy, he was not losing any fat. Then I told him, "Are you doing your daily steps?" And he replied, "No." And I told him to do his daily steps, at least for a few weeks, and see what happens. A few weeks down the road, I heard from him again, and he told me that he's in the best shape of his life, just doing 8,000 steps a day. Literally change his body, health, and life. Most people don't realize this, but walking burns a ton of calories. It's also really easy, and even if you're super busy, you can still do it while doing other things at the same time. For example, grabbing coffee, or you can walk to your work and back. You can go shopping or go to the supermarket, buy food, and just go for a short walk after you eating lunch in your lunch break. You can just go for a short walk after dinner or with family and friends. Remember, walking burns a lot of calories. Make sure you get at least 8,000 steps. And if that's not enough, walking can increase your life with 10 to 20 years compared to if you're completely sedentary. Alright, do what I told you in this video and you're guaranteed to lose 30 pounds or even more by the end of the year and drastically improve your health. However, everyone can lose weight, but 90% of the people fail to keep it off after they stop dieting. So if you want to learn how to keep the weight off for good, watch this video now.